how to use some functions and formatting to help with your keep track of your stocks. So you're going to I'm going to show you these functions that traders use to monitor their portfolio at a glance with Google Finance, and it's good because you don't have to log out into anything, and you can create some visual aids that make it easier. So what you need is a list of any stock, it's good to say, the name of the company and its symbol or ticker. For New York or NASDAQ, you don't need any special formatting. It'll pick those off as default. For Toronto, TSE, colon, and then the name of the ticker. And how do you know, the exchange, colon, name of the ticker? How do you know what that is? Well, if you go to the Google Finance and you search for that company, you can see this little number here, a little ticker underneath the name for Samsung. Just make sure that you eliminate the space. When you're cutting and pasting it, no spaces. And, I just want to. There we go. Make sure I'm neat. I like everything being in a nice line. So how does it work? So equal sign. Any formula starts with equal sign. Find Google Finance, and it even starts to auto-complete. So the first thing is going to be the symbol. And you could type in the name of your symbol here, but this is, I'm going to point to the cell because that's going to save me some time. And you'll see in a second. So it's going to point to whatever ticker symbol is, one column over. And what do I want? I want the price. So that will be the price as of 20 minutes ago. There's a slight delay. And when you open it, you see a little loading, and then it goes ahead and fills that in. The second thing I want to show you is Sparkline. That's a way you can create a quick graph in a cell just to get an idea of how things are moving. So what you do is equal Sparkline, and you could select a range of cells. For example, if you wanted to make a bar chart of your course averages, you could do that. But here's how it works for stocks. So Sparkline, open bracket, Google Finance, because I'm telling it to go get the stock price data to populate things. And so what comes first? The ticker. So that's in B2. Then what's second? Price. Put price in quotation marks. Otherwise it won't be recognized, colon. So now we're going to do the starting date. When will it start? So you want to say, let's say what's the last month like. So today, with two brackets, is the function that fills in today's date. So this is the first day. I'm going to subtract 30 days from today. So whatever day you enter it. Now you could, enter January 1st, and that could be your day one, but this will always change. Each day that I open it, this will be updated. And then secondly, I want the closing day to be today. So today is price. And anytime if you want the cell to display today's date, do equal today and open close brackets. It will display today's date. Make sure you close all the brackets. There it says loading, and there you can see the little chart. And here's where we're saving time. I just copy this. Oops, and I'm pasting it one row down, one row down, one row down. You can do a whole block at once. And let's see, here's a way you can format. It's called alternating rows. I don't know if you've used this before, so I'll show it to you just for today. So you select the little table here, and then you are going to go to Format, Alternating Colors. And there's some, you can, use a template, or you can specify your own custom colors. Too pink. Green looks nice. done, and then it automatically does it. So sometimes you might want to do this little design with the shaded color, and you don't want to have to do each row manually. And also, here's how it saves time. Let's say I'm gonna add another stock that I want to keep track of. I'm going to insert the row, and as you can see, it's updated the formula for me. I'll insert another one. And you can see it does that for me. That's the benefit of using alternate rows. So what would be some other stocks that I might want to follow? Let's say Amazon, and let's say Facebook. And I'll just show you how easy these formulas work. So obviously it says not applicable because I haven't filled in the ticker yet. But all I do, I add my ticker. There's the information. I add my ticker. There's the information. So a lot of brokers, they'll do one little more change is they select the price and they go to format, number, and you can do currency if you like seeing the dollar sign. I've got a what do I want to say, some Korean won in there, so I don't want it to say dollar sign. But what I'm going to do more a custom number format, and it's going to be number with 2 decimal places, and there I apply it. And that's one more thing you can do to display your chart. So during the first few days, when you're thinking about what stock to pick, monitor them in your portfolio. Just give me a portfolio with alternating row formatting, with a price, with a spark line that looks like this, and alternating row formula. And then after monitoring for a little bit, you got to pick one. We're picking one stock to determine the winner. That's the rules I've decided. So here's what we got to do. So we're going to use the Google Finance function to figure out the price each day, and it'd be foolish to go each day to Google Finance and look it up. So luckily there's a formula that saves a lot of time. = Google Finance, and so I want my let's say I'm going to go with GameStop. GME. Make sure if you're going to type in I could point to cell B3 where it's located, or if I'm going to type in the ticker name, I got to put the ticker name in quotation marks. I'm just doing this to show you a different look. And I want the price. And so we'll figure out what the start date is to the contest, and I'll announce it in class, and you'll put that date in here. But let's just imagine that the start date was January 1st. There's a sheets function date, and then you enter the date. Let's say I did January 1st to 2021. So I put the year, the month, the day, and that's my opening value. And so you'll put whatever we agree is the starting day of the contest. And then at the end, you'll put whatever date we decide shall be the closing day. So for example, we'll just do today's close, January 28th. So 01 for January, 28 for 28th. And so that's going to give me a range from January 1st to January 28th. And I close all my parentheses. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to do a little formatting just so it looks a little nicer. Bold that, and I drag so why does it say 1600? Well, because stock markets close at 4 o'clock. And I'm going to put this in currency format. Or, if you just, at least if not in currency format, give it 2 decimal places, because it always looks nice when it's, nicely lined up like this. So this is called conditional formatting. I'm going to see if it goes up or down. I want it to color a certain way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Format, Conditional Formatting. So the first thing is if it is greater. So there's a list of formulas, or you could enter in your custom formula, but I want greater than, and I want this. So remember, they do relative format. So it's as if I'm talking just to cell G3 right now. Because I've selected the whole range, it's going to apply it to the range equally. So if it's greater than the day before, I want it to be green. Now, if it is less than, if it goes down from the day before, I want it to be red. And, you know, what's the other possibility? Well, that it's the same. So if it is the same, is equal to, and you could, you know, enter a number, you know, for example, if you wanted your course averages, you know, any mark over 85 to be, you know, bolded, you could do that. So we're just going to say is equal, and let's just pick, you know, a little neutral color. I don't know. Blue will be fine. Oh, so I gotta type in G2, and there it'll do all the updating for me. So that's good to know. And so let's put a line in here again, just, you know, a border. Let's go. Let's make it a thick border, and only the bottom. So now how do we determine who wins? Well, we're going to get the percentage, because some stocks trade for a few dollars, some trade for hundreds of dollars, so it's going to be the percentage growth. So firstly, you know, put your cursor here where this bottom cell is, click on the little percent. Now it's going to be in percent. Gotta use a formula. So equal, we want, there's going to be order of operations, so parentheses, the closing value minus the top value divided by the top value. And so you can see it's gone up quite a bit. Good for them. And so I'm going to add a conditional formatting rule. So again, I would go to Format, Conditional Formatting, and I'll show you another function where it allows you to use a color scale. So the larger the number, the bigger the color will be. So you can start with a low number, or for example, if I had a range of all the students in the class and I wanted them to be bolder based on you know, who was closer to the top, I could say the minimum value will be light gold and the maximum value will be dark gold. Or here you can do a number. So let's say set it the following. So if it's 0, make it light gold. If it's like, you know, say in this contest, if you made like twice your money, you know, if you, like, you know, you doubled your money, that would be, you know, a very, very good score. So we'll say we don't want, you know, let's say 2 is going to be our maximum. Although this stock went up huge, there's a reason for that, and most those results are atypical. And then you select a dark gold, so it's going to fill things out according to this range. So the better you did, the more gold. And because this stock's doing really well, it's a lot of gold. So one last part is you add in your opening thought and your closing thought. I picked GameStop because there was a lot of chatter on Reddit. People seem really interested in it. That's my opening thought. What's my closing thought? Well, my closing thought is, what did I learn? I learned that when you read online rumors, things can escalate quickly. It's important to be careful when investing. Always check the source of your information. So that's what you would do to get an A++ smiley face on this project. Alternating rows, Google Finance, Sparkline, a range of numbers, conditional formatting, and you know, a conditional formatting using a range of gold plus your opening and closing statements.